Hello, I'm back. Woo! I'm so happy to be here. Hello, hi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy to have you here, and I'm so happy to be here because I have not filmed a YouTube video in a while and I missed it. If you're new to my channel, hello, I'm Angela. I basically started this channel to talk about books, rave about books, rant about books, and all of the above. I started this channel like a year and a bit ago, but I have not been consistent because I've been doing exams and trying to juggle that. But I sat my last exam early November, because this will probably go up in December, and oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Like, it's nice to not be living in depression, isn't it? It is really nice. So I think this video is going to be like a life update, things I've been reading recently, general gossip, as if we're on FaceTime and we're besties. That's the approach that I'm going for this video. I will put timestamps up somewhere because I can appreciate that you're probably here for books and don't care about my personal life, and I take absolutely no offense, so timestamps you will get. So in terms of like an exam update, so I am studying. I haven't got the results yet, so I'm going to say no. I want to be positive. I was sitting exams to become a chartered accountant. I did do accounting at uni, but you need to sit more exams to be a chartered accountant. There's 15 exams in total, and I basically sat the last level of exams this whole year, and it was awful. I did not have a good time. I don't like studying anyway. Actually, no, I don't mind the studying. I don't mind learning. I don't like being tested on it. You should just trust that I know it. I'm so grateful to my friend. I have this friend that I made at uni, and we studied basically the last 4 exams. Yeah, the last 4 exams we've had together because our sittings lined up. We both failed similar exams, so we ended up being on the same path, and I'm so grateful to him because I could not have done it without him. It was a miserable time. I'm so grateful. But yeah, so I've sat my last exam this November. It was a case study exam. It was 4 hours long. And honestly, when I finished, it was just the best day ever. So results come out in a few weeks. So please pray for me. Please keep me in your prayers so that I don't jump back into depression. So that's the exam update. In terms of the life update, I have an announcement. I'm so annoying. I'm sorry. Anyway, I got engaged. Yeah, basically, I got engaged before my exam, actually. I got engaged in September. If you don't care, feel free to scroll along, but I will tell you the story because I am a yapper. I am a yapper, so I'm going to pretend that you want to hear it. So yeah, I basically got engaged on my anniversary, and now you might be thinking, if it was your anniversary, were you expecting it? And the answer is no. I'll tell you why, because my partner always plans our anniversaries. That's how it's always been. And another reason why I wasn't expecting it was because we had a trip planned in November this month. We've gone already. He was like, I'm taking you away after you finished your exam. Didn't tell me where we were going at all. Just, these are the dates, book this off work. Oh, that reminds me of another life update. These are the dates, book this off work. So I did, and I just thought that like exams are going to be finished. He's going to propose to me. That's what I had a feeling it was going to be this year. I just thought it was going to be November. So when he said like, oh, I've planned something for our anniversary, it didn't really like flag any alarm bells. It was kind of what I was used to. But it was amazing. It was like the best day of my life, I'm not going to lie. He took me to a castle, and he said that one of my favourite TV shows was filmed there. Now, I've recently watched Game of Thrones. If you've watched it and you want me to do a video on it, let me know. I'm happy to do it. But I recently watched Game of Thrones, and it shot up there. It's one of the best TV shows I've ever watched. So I just assumed Game of Thrones was there, and he didn't correct me. And then when we got there, I was like, Game of Thrones was not filmed here. And he was like, I never said it was Game of Thrones. I was like, oh, maybe Bridgerton, because it was a castle and it was pretty. And he was like, maybe. Nothing was filmed there. This boy is a liar. This boy is a liar, and my family's a liar, and all of my friends are liars, and you'll understand why in a minute. Anyway, so we got to the castle, we're walking around. I was like, maybe Bridgerton was filmed here. He's like, oh, maybe. And then he walks me around. We're walking around all these like beautiful scenery. There's plants, there's everything. And then we get to a big lake, and behind the lake is a fountain. And I see a photographer in the corner. And I was like, is she here for me? Is this my moment? But then she was just taking pictures of the lake. And I was like, she's probably just like a nature photographer, and I'm making everything about me like I do sometimes. Even though it was about me completely. So then he took me to the fountain, and he was like, here's a coin. Like in the show that this was filmed and they say to chuck the coin to do good luck. So do that. And as soon as he gave me that cheesy line, I was like, he is proposing to me. He is proposing to me. But I did it anyway. I closed my eyes, through it, and I opened my eyes, and he was on one knee telling me how I'm the best person in the world. And he proposed. And I said, yes, obviously, because I'm obsessed with him. So yes, I am engaged, and it was the best day ever. And then we started walking around. The photographer started taking us to different locations to take different pictures. And bear in mind, I didn't say this before. He told me we were going to a castle and then we were going to dinner. And we arrived at the castle just after 3 p.m. And I hadn't eaten all day. So I came hungry. I thought we were going to go to the castle for a couple of hours and go to get food. Context, cool. So then he's walking me around. And I was like, listen, we've gotten loads of pictures. I'm good. I know you don't like pictures that much. You're good. Like, why are we still walking around here? You said there was dinner after. I'm hungry. And he was like, no, let's just get some more here. Let's just get some. I was like, you're stalling. You are stalling. What's going on? And then I didn't even get to like finish my sentence because my family came running in, and then I've got a picture of my sister jumping in the air. It's really cute up in here. And then obviously my parents, and yeah, we all took pictures together. Then his family came in and we all took pictures. And then when the pictures were done, I was like, feed me now. I am hungry. I'm hungry. I was so hungry. I'm even remembering it now, getting angry, but it's fine. And then I was like, are we actually doing dinner? And he was like, yes, we're going to X restaurant. And X restaurant is, it's not called X restaurant, but I don't want to give my location away. But X restaurant is like 8 minutes drive away from my house. It is down the road from my house. We've been there so many times. It's such good food. So I was like, okay, fine, we're going to X restaurant. So we went back to our hotel because we were staying at a hotel for the weekend, freshened up, and then drove to go to the restaurant. And when we were on the way to the restaurant, he told me the reservation was at 7 and it was like 6, it was just after 6:30. So it's like, should we just go to your house before we go to the restaurant to pick up your parents and then go together? And I was like, makes sense. I live a minute away from the restaurant. Let's do that. So we pull up to my house and it just looks normal. My parents' cars are outside. My sister's boyfriend's car's outside. Doesn't look anything out of the ordinary. And then he's like, all right, open the door. I was like, I got my key. He was like, why don't you have your key? I was like, well, we were at a hotel. You told me we were going for dinner. Why would I have my key with me? And he was like, oh, like, you've gotten your key? And he said it really loudly. I'm engaged. I'm looking at the ring in my... Do you want to see my ring? Isn't it so cute? It's Marquise. No, it's Movil. It's like halfway between an oval and Marquise. I saw it on Instagram and I was like, yeah, this is what I want. And then, I don't know if my camera's going to focus. If it doesn't focus well, I'll put a picture in it. Where was I? I do this a lot. We were outside my house and he's like, I was like, we're going to dinner. Like, why would I need my key? Like, and then we're going back to the hotel. I don't need my key. Ringing the doorbell. No one's answering the door. It's quiet. I was like, I know you guys are home. I can see your cars. Behind the door, they were like, she's forgotten her key. And they're like, no, this is part of the plan. And then they're like, no, I think she's really forgotten her key. Anyway, my sister opens the door and everyone yells, congratulations. I'm going to post the video. I have the video. Why am I explaining it to you? Here's the video. I can't even deny that I was surprised. Is that the right wording? Yes, I was so surprised. Like, look at my face. I was so surprised. He did well. Because I always said, like, I want to get engaged and then I want to celebrate with my friends and family after. That was something I've always said. So the fact that even if we genuinely went to dinner, I still would have been the happiest girl in the world. But the fact that he sorted that and everyone was at my house, my friends and family were there, it was just the most beautiful, wholesome thing in the world. And then there was food at it. So just great day, just a great day all around. And then in terms of some background things, because obviously now that I'm engaged, like I've spoken to all my friends and family, but like he had messaged all my friends before. And we went to a wedding the day before. I got proposed to on a Saturday. We went to a wedding on the Friday. At that table, every single person there knew I was getting engaged. And as soon as I would go up to like get a drink or go to the toilet or wherever, they would just start talking about the proposal. And I had no idea. I was so delusional. Even going to that wedding, I drove there with my dad because we went to the ceremony before. We drove there 2 hours. We drove to the next venue an hour. Like, he was so cool, calm and collected. I was like, you can lie like this? And then the Wednesday before, because I got engaged on Saturday, me and my sister went to Paris for the day. That was so fun. I'm doing a life update, so that's why I'm rambling a lot. But me and my sister went to Paris for the day and she gave nothing away. And then obviously after I got engaged, she was like, you didn't notice when we were in Paris, I was checking my phone. Like, I literally took your phone so that you wouldn't check the Ring camera. Like, I turned the Ring camera off sometimes. And I was like messaging mum to like tell her where the suppliers should go. And I was like, I literally was just living in my carefree era. This was like my unemployment week-ish period because I was in between jobs, which is the next life update. I was just living in delusion land. Even my mum, like, I asked her on the Saturday morning before I went to the hotel, I was like, what are you doing today? And she's like, oh, I'm going to go see my friend. You know her. We met each other back in Nigeria, and then she's got her son. Her son went to the same uni as you. And she was just talking. I was like, you can lie like this? You're scary. Everyone is scary, but everyone is so cute. The effort. I'll put videos, I'll put clips around the decor. Guys, Daniel didn't like my dress. Let's talk about it. I knew that we were going to go. I knew it was our anniversary, and I knew we were going to go to a castle, and I knew we were going to go to a restaurant, and he usually books a nice restaurant, so I knew I had to look cute. So I bought this blue dress from Polly. I bought this blue dress I wasn't going to buy a dress. I was like, I've got so many dresses. I'm not trying to spend money. And he was like, oh, why not? Like, you usually buy a dress for our anniversaries. Like, why not? It would be nice to dress up and wear something different. And I was like, okay, fine. I'm easily convinced. But obviously in this case, I'm happy that I was easily convinced. But not anymore. I'm saving for a wedding. Anyway, so I bought a dress, blue. I sent it to him. I was like, this is what I always send him what I'm thinking of wearing. So I sent him a dress of the dress that I was thinking of buying. And he was like, I love it. It's so cute. Buy it. It came. I probably would have worn the dress, even though it wasn't like how I thought it was going to be. But it was still really cute. But it had a rip in it. It came faulty. So I sent it back. And now I was like, the day before, and I was like, okay, I need to buy a dress with next day's delivery. It needs to come tomorrow morning. I need to this was 2 days before it came. It doesn't matter. I need to buy the dress, basically. I had to buy the dress quickly. I was running out of time. So I bought 2 different dresses, and one of them was a short red dress, which I loved. I thought it was so cute. I showed my sister, and she was like, I love it. It's so cute. It's so you, buy it. So I sent it to Daniel, and he was like, oh, I don't like it. I was like, oh. Bear in mind, I don't think in our relationship he's ever told me that he hasn't liked an outfit that I have suggested. So I was a bit offended. And he's like, I don't know, like I just felt like the other one was just like so much nicer, more elegant, da, da, da. And I was like, oh, like, and he had me thinking because he's never expressed it. And I was like, I don't care what you think. I'm sorry, I'm buying the dress, like, please. So I bought the dress, and then even when I wore it, he was like, oh, I'm just not sure. I was like, don't be a prick. Like, I like it. I was like, I like it. So from now on, you can only say that you like it. I was like, fine, that's fine. Anyway, as we were walking through the castle, he was like, oh, do you know what? The dress is growing on me. And then towards the end of the day, he was like, you made the right call. It's a lovely dress. I just thought for your proposal, you would want something nice and long. To be honest, I can see why he would think that, but no, he was wrong. I was right. I loved the dress. Anyway, the reason why I went on this rant about the outfit was because I was trying to explain how well my sister did the decor for the engagement party. So she set up our house really nice. And it was like pink, red and cream. And I wore a red dress with cream. Isn't that so perfect? And she set up, like, she planned all of this before I got the dress, because I got the dress so last minute. So honestly, we're such twins. She's my maid of honor, by the way. Isn't that so adorable? Anyway, honestly, like, perfect. Everything was just so perfect about it. I look back on that day and I'm just like, that was the best day ever. Best day ever. So happy to be engaged to the love of my life. I'm in cloud 9. Amazing. So that was end of September is when we got engaged. In terms of like, because I'm on the wedding talk now, I'm probably going to jump to that quickly rather than going in timeline. I'll jump back in a second. But in terms of wedding, I've not really done much. It's next year's problem. I'm kind of waiting for, like, I feel like I'm always holding my breath. Like, I feel like mainly at peace, but I feel like I'm always holding my breath until results come out. Like, once results come out, I think I can just breathe, assuming I pass. If I don't pass, I'm jumping out that window. So I don't want to commit too much to wedding planning when I know that, when I'm holding my breath, basically. That's basically the long and short of it. But I have done some stuff. I've booked the venue and I've proposed to my bridesmaids. I did that. Was it last weekend? Yes, it was. It was last weekend. I did that last weekend. I'll post some pictures here. In terms of what I did, I baked each of them a cake. I literally went to a cake decorating class so I could do it, like pipe it. It didn't go as well as I wanted. Like, I had a design in my head, but it was really cold in the house, so I felt like the buttercream kept on getting really stiff. It doesn't matter. I was happy with how it turned out. It was my first ever time, second ever time decorating a cake. And they were all so grateful. And it tasted good. Like, it tasted so good. Even I'm saying that. So that's what matters even at the end of the day. So I got them that. Then I got us all matching bracelets. Mine says wifey on it. But everyone else says their name on it. And because I know my friends, some of them I wasn't sure because they switch it up. I got them either silver or gold jewelry based on what they wear. So like, I know my sister wears silver all the time. I know Priscilla wears silver all the time. I know Temmie wears gold. Mercy wears gold. One about Sharifa, I wasn't sure what she wears because she switches it up all the time. So I called her boyfriend and he was like, fair enough, she does switch it up, but mainly silver. So all of them I kind of knew. Zainab, she wears gold all the time. I got them all bracelets with their name on it, and then the I don't know what this is called, but like the base of it, like all of them are different. So my sister's is silver, but where the letters are, not letters are, the background, I don't know what I'm saying, it's pink, and then some people's are blues, but no one has the same design. So each of them are unique, each of them are to their taste, each of them are personalized with their name on it. And then finally I got them a bouquet of flowers, and wrapped around the flower was a newspaper with "Will you be my bridesmaid?" their name, a personalized message for each of them, and on the back was like the color scheme. I'm thinking, I did say color subject to change because I am indecisive. The dates, not the venue, the location of the venue, and stuff like that, and responsibilities and stuff like that. So it was very cute. All of them said yes. That would have been awkward. All of them said yes. So those are the only two things I've really done. And then Daniel and I went to a wedding show. Actually, we went to a wedding show. It's basically, if you're like thinking about engaging or engaged, it's basically like a big ass tent with loads of different tables and loads of different vendors, and you can go around and they have discounted prices compared to like their usual rates. So we saw some caterers, we saw some photographers, videographers, florists, events planners, just things wedding related. Car hire, I think that's like the one thing that we're for sure gonna go with, that car hire that we met. But other things are like, it's basically a nice opportunity to shop around. So that's all things wedding. Thank you for sticking around if you've gotten this far in the video. If you care, I'm happy. I like to chat. So if you care, I'm happy to do maybe like every 2 months an update on things that have changed. Let me know. Let me know what you want to see. If you don't want to see anything, I'm not offended. It's okay. We can get back to the books. So in terms of going back to timeline order, September is when I got engaged. 3 days later, I started a new job. Woo! Saw this job post. Honestly, it was really good because I saw this job posting. I thought, this is a bit of me. Do I have any experience in it? No. It did require someone who was either a chartered accountant or part qualified chartered accountant, and that was me, luckily. Part qualified means you've sat at least 12 exams, and I was currently sitting exams 13 and 14 at the time. So I qualified for part accountant, and it was in FP&A, which is like financial planning, which I did not work in before, but I've always wanted to do, and I thought that it would kind of suit my personality type a bit. And I saw the job and I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm just gonna go for it. And I actually got the job. I was super shocked. Did not expect to get it, but I got the job and I've been there for 2 months now, and I'm happy. I'm really happy there. I'm happy I made the change. The people are the nicest people. So yeah, that's just a little professional change. And if we're talking about any learning points, just go for it. Worst comes to worst, they say no, and you've learned something from the process. But yeah, super happy, and I'm in a new job. What else? And then I think I've said before that I thought I was going to get engaged in November because we had a holiday, and we've been on that holiday. We went to Turkey, we went to Antalya, and now that I'm back, I'm happy to share that we stayed at the Delphin Grand and Delphin B Grand. I definitely recommend that hotel. It was really nice. There's like a water park in the hotel. There's the beach. It's all inclusive. You can literally walk down the beach and it's self-serve. You can get hot dogs, chips, the best waffles ever. Very nice. We did go into town one day and then we regretted it and went back to the hotel. So like, if you're just looking to stay at the resort, then go. But if you like want to explore the town, we didn't explore that much, so I'm probably not the best person to give a review. But my point is, if you're just looking for a holiday where you just relax and you want to stay in one place, I recommend it. It was so good. And I think I've kind of given a massive update on my life. I've gotten engaged, I've got a new job, I've traveled. Oh, I didn't really talk about Paris, but basically my sister, this was the week that I got engaged. I mentioned it before, I think. But my sister sent me a lobster roll video. And the restaurant was in Paris, and she sent it to me. She's like, "Oh, we should go." And I was like, "Yeah, we should." And she's like, "Mm-hmm." And I was like, "Sorry." She's like, "You're not gonna go. Like, you're just saying that." I was like, "Let's book it now." We booked it that day. I kid you not. This was the most spontaneous thing I've ever done in my life. We booked it that day for the next week. And yeah, basically drove to the airport, landed in Paris, shopped till we dropped, ate a lot of great food, and flew back home. It was the most tired I've ever been in my life, honestly. But such a great day, great time, great sister time with my bestie. So I think those are the two places I've travelled recently. in terms of like this time space I'm giving this life update. So yeah, engagement, job, travel. Other than that, I'm just in a good place. I'm happy to not be studying. I'm happy to be living my life. I'm trying to get back into reading. I am quite back into reading, to be honest. My new job, I'm not in London anymore, so I don't commute. I drive to work, and it's just great. I can just listen to my audiobooks on blast. So I'm actually getting through books. So let's get into the reading update. So I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I said before. Actually, Shmiz, I don't know if you know that I've said this, because I think I said this in my Akatar video, which I filmed in January and I still haven't edited. We'll get past that. Anyway, I have said before out loud, whether it's on YouTube or not, that I'm never going to read the Throne of Glass series, because why on earth is a book series 7 books, 7 or 8, and why is one of the books 1,000 pages? That seemed like craziness to me. But then I remembered I read Harry Potter. Angle my hand. There, I read Harry Potter and it was life-changing. I only read it last year. It was the first time I ever read it, first time I ever watched the movies, first time I had any idea what was going on. I get the hype. It was amazing. It changed my life. And I listened to it. I listened to an audiobook and I just had such a good time, and I was so happy with having something to always listen to. As soon as the book finished, I had another one. And as much as I've listened to a lot of audiobooks since then, it's kind of nice to have a long-ass series that you don't have to think about. Like, as soon as I get my month's Audible credits, I know what I'm spending it on. Yeah, so I thought, do you know what? I read Akatar and I liked the first half. Let me try Throne of Glass. A lot of people say that it's the better of the 2 series, so let me try it. So, I have a bone to pick. I read Assassin's Blade first because the internet told me to. I watched a few videos where people said read it first. I don't agree. I will get into this in another video because I'm planning to do a Throne of Glass vlog. Throne of Glass vlog? Yeah. I don't agree with reading it first, but I did read it first. It took me like 4 months to read it because it broke me. Anyway, but after I got over it, I've made my bed. I've already read it first. Let me jump into Throne of Glass. I'm currently reading Throne of Glass. I've got like an hour left on the audiobook and it's very entertaining and it's good. So yeah, that's an update. Throne of Glass. I don't want to talk about all the books I'm reading because I'm probably going to do a video of like all the books I've read over the last few months, but just as a quick update. Oh, I've got this book in front of me, Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. It's a romance. It's not your conventional romance book in the sense that it's quite rare where I don't really like the main character, but I still like the book. And I just really enjoy this romance series. I'll go into detail in another video, but just in terms of like filling you up on the goss of what I've been reading. I watched Wicked. On Wednesday and it's Saturday, so I watched Wicked a few days ago and it was good. I've never watched the theatre, Broadway, whatever. I've never watched it. I've never watched Wicked, okay? I didn't know the plot. All I knew was there was a Green Witch and another one, basically. And they were enemies and then they became friends. That's all I knew going into it. Unfortunately, I have seen some spoilers for the next one, which I wish I didn't, but I was never going to go a full year without hearing spoilers. Anyway, my opinion on it. When it came out that Wicked was being filmed and Ariana Grande had been cast, I had a lot of people saying, she's so wrong for it, she's a pop star, I never agreed. First of all, in terms of like being funny, she was Cat Valentine. Did I think Cat Valentine was funny personally? No, I don't know. I think too stupid annoys me. So I didn't think she was funny, but because she doesn't act like that in real life, she can act funny, not to me, but funny if she needs to. So the comedic timing didn't agree with. Second of all, her voice. Yes, she sings like a pop star, but that's because she is one. Her range is ridiculous. So I kind of had no doubt that she was going to execute this role. However, when I watched that movie, even I didn't expect that. Even I was like, oh, wow. And it was from the first drop. What's it called? No One Mourns the Wicked. From the first drop, I was like, damn, she's an opera singer too. Like, this is crazy. Anyway, I thought that the movie was really good. I hate when I go into a movie hearing, oh my gosh, it's so good. Oh my gosh, it changed my life. Because as much as it was good, I'm not bashing it. I don't feel like it changed my brain chemistry. Like, this is my fault. I walked in there thinking I was going to leave with a new favourite movie, and I didn't. But that doesn't change the fact that it wasn't excellent. And sometimes I'm like, oh, some things were so rushed and some things weren't dived into deep enough. But then it's also like, how can you change it? Like, I can't say that things were rushed when the movie was 3 hours long. So I actually have no notes, so I don't know what I'm looking for, really. But it was really good. If you haven't watched it yet, I definitely recommend it. If we're talking about movies, I also have recently watched Gladiator 2. I watched Gladiator 1 years ago with my dad. He told me that I would really like the movie, and he was correct. I was going to say I love action. It depends. Like, don't be fighting for no reason, you know? But I love a plot. I love character development. I love a villain. Those are the things I love. Don't fight for no reason. So I really liked the original Gladiator. Thought it was a fantastic movie. And as soon as the second movie was announced, I was like, yeah. But then as soon as you told me Denzel was in it, I was like, yes, I will be there. And it was great. I thought it was a really good movie. I don't want to compare it to the first one because it's not the first one. But it was good, well executed. I love seeing Eddie. If you know, you know. I don't know, him as an actor, just whatever role he plays, like, it will always bring me joy. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I thought the main character carried the movie really, really well. He had a lot of... charisma isn't the word I'm looking for. He had a lot of this. I don't know how to describe it. I thought he carried the movie well. I think he was a good cast. Denzel's character, I kind of had a feeling I don't want to spoil it. Denzel's character was good. I don't want to spoil the movie. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I'm not a movie critique, so I'm probably not describing this well, but I enjoyed the movie. I think that's the last time I went to the cinema. Those two, Wicked and Gladiator. I haven't seen the new Venom, even though I need to, because I like Venom. I have heard it's not great. I did watch Deadpool over summer. I hated it. Deadpool versus Wolverine. I know that's unpopular because people love it. I hated that movie aggressively, actually. So much so that I was like, why am I the one that's weird? Luckily, Daniel didn't like it either. So I was like, at least someone's on my page. I hated that movie. What else have I watched recently? I don't know. I did tell you that maybe I should do another video of like all the books, all the movies and series I've watched recently. I did tell you that I watched Game of Thrones. I think I've mentioned that. Yes, I did. I mentioned that because I thought that's where we were going. I thought that was where it was filmed when we went to the castle. Yeah. I did tell you I watched Game of Thrones. I watched Game of Thrones recently, loved it, amazing show. If you haven't watched it, what are you doing? I know I was late, so you are definitely late. Fantastic. If you haven't watched it and you want to take my advice, do not judge it on the first few episodes. Honestly, the first few episodes, I was like, what is this boy getting me to watch? Because Daniel had watched it before. But now I'm like, yeah, watch it. Fantastic. He also made me, because he was like, you have to watch an anime with me. I was like, do I look like an anime girly? No. And then he made me watch Attack on Titan. My life is forever changed. If you want a video on it, let me know. My life is not the same. It is fantastic. And then we're currently watching 2 series. We toggle between depending on our mood. But we're currently watching Succession, which is good. We're on season 3. There's only 4 seasons. So we're coming up. And we're currently also watching Death Note, which is another anime. That one, I think Succession is more on the priority list. Like, if we're together, we'll probably watch Succession more. Death Note we watch like if we've only got half an hour, because each episode is 20 minutes. So that's what I'm watching. What I'm currently reading, I did say that I was reading listening to Game of Thrones. So that's what I'm currently listening to. I usually like to listen to a book and read a book. So like listen if I'm driving or running or something, and then if I'm in bed, like read a different book. Like I like to have 2 books going on at the same time. I don't have a second book currently, so I'm looking for that. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know. Actually, no, don't let me know. Sorry, I take that back. I revoke it, because I told my friend that we were going to buddy read a book and I haven't started it. She hasn't either. She's as bad as I am, but I need to get my act together. We're reading, I'll put it up here. I'm the one who suggested it. Anyway, we're reading this book. So yeah, that's what I'm going to start reading whilst I'm not driving or something. But yeah, reading, watching, engagement, studying, job, mental health, good. I don't know what else to update you on. I think I'm done here. I have been talking for 33 minutes. I can chat, can't I? I can. Yeah, if you are a regular here, thank you so much for sticking with me, even though I'm like, inconsistent. Yeah, thank you. If you're new here, thank you for watching this video. Yeah, this is completely different to what I've ever done before. Usually it always has something to do with a book, but this is very life update. I just wanted to chat. I'm in a good mood, so I wanted to yap. And that's what, this is my YouTube channel. That's what I wanted to do, so that's what I did. So yes, if you're not subscribed, please consider it. I would love to have you here. And I'm going to make an announcement, because hopefully if I make an announcement, I will stick to it. I am planning to do Vlogmas. I am planning to do 12 days of consecutive videos. I do have a job and I do have a life. So it will be hard, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try my best. I do think that if I do 12 consecutive days, after the days are over, I should be more used to filming videos again and jump back into the passion, and having once or twice a week videos won't be so far out of reach. So this is a challenge that I'm setting myself. Please, I would love for you to be along the journey. And I have a list of ideas of videos I want to do over the 12 days. But if there's something that you specifically want to see, let me know. I'm the fairy godmother and your wish is my command, unless I don't like your wish. Okay, great. So thank you so much. Love you.